And then how are you going to measure success? Again, back to the data. Data is so critical in marketing. And one of the other cooler things that I love about digital marketing is what I call shift and pivot, right? I'm going to commit to something, and I'm going to say I'm going to do this, and I'm going to 3 months in, and I'm going to X this much money, we're going to do this plan. And you get 2 to 3 months in, and you're 2/3 of the budget spent, you're getting 0 results. What do? Turn it off. Shift and pivot. Go in a different direction. Try something new, right? There's too many tools that are out there online to be wasting time and money on something that doesn't work. But, that said, make sure that whatever it is you're trying, you've given it a chance to be successful. You can't just start it and then go, oh, 3 days later, like, that's not working. If you're going to start a Google ad campaign, you can't say, I'm going to do $10 a week for a month. You're not getting any results out of that. It's not going to happen, right? So set yourself on a successful path and try and give it a good college try. And if it doesn't work, shut it off and try something different. That's the thing that I love the most in digital marketing. You can't do that in traditional marketing, right? Once that ad is in that magazine or in that newspaper, I know our friend would kill us right now. But you can't go around and cut it out of every magazine because you don't want somebody to see it anymore. It's there, right? Until that shelf life is done, it's there. You gotta live with it. So when you're setting out your digital space, don't use the spaghetti model and just throw stuff on the wall. Actually make a plan. Here's some things that I want you to think about when you're doing SEO. Has everyone heard of the term SEO?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. No. Search engine optimization. It is how you get shuffled up to the top when someone does a search for you, right? So search engine optimization. Optimizing means that you're getting bubbled up to the top, being the best you can be. So some things that are going to help you get there. I know, he never does it. I try it every year, it doesn't work. No, I'm not doing action. Okay, it's fine. Organization does matter. My teenagers don't think it does, and I find a lot of businesses that don't think it does either when it comes to your websites, especially. It does matter how you have it laid out. Have you have your hat of your consumer on when you're building your website plan, right? It's what I call architecture. I like that term for a lot of things, right? Information architecture. You have to have it all out there and laid out in a way that makes sense to me, your consumer, not to you, right? When it comes to your consumer, before I go any farther, let me do this exercise with you here. If you think about your best customer that you have, the one that you would love to have 30 more of, okay? Take a second, figure out who that person is in your head. Got a nod at me, you got it. Okay, we good? What kind of car do they drive? What kind of clothes do they wear? What do they do when they have free time? Are they big and bold and flashy like Miami spring break colors? Or are they more like calm and classic and navies and grays? Right? Do they have kids? What kind of restaurants do they eat at when they eat out? Are they fast food? Are they white linen, butler glove kind of service? What kind of drinks do they drink? Are they software? Are they Saturday? Are they soft drinks or are they champagne? Right? Kind of got your picture, that customer, all those different facets of them, all those different pieces of their life that makes them them, right? Design your marketing to attract that person. Because if I'm your person, right, I am your best customer, I spend $30,000 a month with you. You want 30 more of me, right? I'm now your favorite person on the planet, right? Who do you think my friends are? They're people like me.
Yes.
Because I hang out with people that are similar to me, right? I've got some weirdos that are stuck in, I'm not here for a screen, I'm never green. Right? That's what makes my life interesting, is that I have this collection and forest of friends, right? But most of us are similar. We eat at the same kinds of restaurants. We probably have kids that are about the same age. We have hobbies that are the same. We like to do the same kinds of things, right? So if you're attracting me in your marketing, you're probably also attracting all of them, right? So keep that in mind when you're putting this all together. Useful original content. Content is critical. I'm going to dive into that in a hot minute. Text links, does everyone know what a text link is? It's when you click on words and it sends you somewhere else, right? You need text links in and text links out. Inbound and outbound. Outbound means that you're going to send them somewhere else to get information. Inbound means that you're going to keep them in your site, but you're bouncing them to a different page, right? Or inbound can also mean from Rich's page to Joe's page, right? Totally different in that way. Page titles and descriptions. The content of your page has to match the page title that's up on top. Probably critical error number one that I see a lot, especially for those of us that manage our own websites. And like for me, I had somebody build one for me at one point. We've done this over the years, and I recommend it. For me, because I can update it just fine, but I get so stuck in the design phase because I'm trying to be so picky and perfect that I'm really wasting my money because I'm better off doing this other stuff that I actually do in my business than spending it trying to build a website, right? So for me, it's better to pay somebody to do the build and let me just do the updates along the way. Maybe that's you too. But you can get totally stuck in that. But when you're making those updates, don't take the contact us page and then make it your e-commerce part of your site without going into the back part of your website to make it match. It's got to match. Google crawls around all in the back, right? With all those bots back there, with all that information. That's how they gather what's on your site to get you up to the top. Hey, we think you're the best solution here. So you need to make those match. Fast load time is critical. There is a 200 and I think we're at 18-point algorithm right now for SEO. 200 plus. It changes every day, and the weights change every day. So I'm never going to be able to tell you, like, these are the top 10 things. But I can tell you the top 3 things that I think are the most important because they're constantly in the top 5 and they're constantly weighted the most. 1 is location. 2 is content. And 3 is relevancy. Let me say that again. Location, content, and relevancy. We're going to go into details in those. But the relevancy piece is exactly what I was just talking about with the page titles and descriptions. Is it what you say it is? Right? Gotta actually be there. Is it information? The location is based on the location of the business and the searcher, right? Like I mentioned it earlier. One of the other things there, and I'm going to save content for the next slide because I have one, is fast load time. As of July of this year, mobile load time, so how fast your website loads on your mobile phone, is now also part of SEO. It is important. You have to have a mobile responsive website. And then optimizing images, making sure you're using the right sizes for your templates and your places that you're having it done. You're not sure what it is, and let's say you're using a Google Sites page. You can go to Google and say, Google Sites header photo, size, right? And it'll tell you what pixel width and depth you need. You can do that for all the other ones too. I don't care which one you have. Yes?
What determines the load time?
Oh, load time can be all sorts of things. I have another page that'll talk all about it. Good question. The other thing on optimizing images, who knows what alt text is? Okay, alt text is alternative text. It is the computer stuff that's written on the back side of a photo. So you post a photo of your car, right? And it's up there. I liken this to like a photograph you find in your grandmother's like drawer, right? And you pull it out, and you see the photo of the car in front, and you know that it's a 1968 Cadillac, we'll say, right? White, red interior. I got one of those, by the way, so I inherited it from my dad this year. We took a ball with her. Boss Hog, by the way, is her name. Crazy. Come on, Dad. That's really funny. I just need to get the corners on the front now. It's actually my son's, but I get to hold it until he's old enough. So it'll be fine. So I have Boss Hog. You have the picture. That's all great. But on the back of the picture, it says 1968 Cadillac Boss Hog. Right? It actually tells you what it is. You not necessarily. A lot of people are going to be able, you guys, to identify Cadillac, right? And probably get really close to the year, but you don't necessarily know. But on the back of the photo, it's very specifically lays it out. So alt text was actually designed for those that are visually impaired. It's what the computer programs read for images so that they know what it is. It's also what all the bots and all the computer crawlers for Google and all these other search engines use to know what that photo is. What's the content of the photo? Alt text is very easy, it's free, it's part of all your programs, use it. Most people don't know what it is, they don't touch it, they're like, oh, I know I need to do this, so they do it, but they don't necessarily do that part. That's a big part of optimizing your images.
I know when I built my website, when I put an image into it, like I can actually, it's another box that pulls up, and actually, then you can actually get very specific for
Yeah.
that image, and like, and what the image or like, what is the ultimate text for it and all that, and that's what does it actually mean.
Yeah, it comes right in, it'll pop up and make it
so
easy.
yeah, so this way, when you so when I built it, I added those names to it, and of course, the site's loaded up, it's already in there, so when Google will come by or crawlers will come by, it already did it.
They're already seeing it, they're good to go. Perfect. All right, content marketing. One thing that I want you to not think about is content as words. Content is photos. Content is videos. Content is social media feeds that you have auto-loading to your page. There's all sorts of ways that you can do content. The biggest question that I get often when I teach in these classes, how often do I have to have fresh content? And the answer is this, as often as you can, right? If you can do it every hour, every day, do. You will be great at SEO. But in all likelihood, can you do that? I can't. I can't do it, and I teach these classes, right? That's not going to happen. For me, I shoot for once a month, which is actually really bad for somebody that teaches these classes. I should be at once a week, right? Whatever it is that you can do, make an appointment with yourself, just like you would for your accountant to do your taxes, right? If you're going to start saying, right now I do it twice a year. I will refrain from slapping your hand today, right? I'm not even going to ask how long it's been because I don't want to know. I'm just going to assume that you do it at least twice a year. So then your goal maybe is to do it 4 times a year. And then you're going to try and get up to once a month. And then you're going to try and get up to once a week. The more often you can do fresh content, the better your SEO. There's just no doubt about it. And there's really no excuse for it. You just got to do it. And I'm talking to myself when I say that too. So I hear you. If you are trying to struggle, I don't have any more pictures. I don't want to do videos. Hey, fine, don't. Top 10 lists, how-to articles, any kind of educational material that you can post. Some great ways to, when you're stuck, go and think into that kind of thing. Like top 3 ways to, I don't know, fix a flat tire, right? Whatever it's going to be. Google Trends is a cool tool that's out there. It is free, again, google.com/trends, and you get to find all sorts of insights about what is trending, not only word-wise. For my example, I use gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian. It's a popularity scale of 0 to 100. That's how you get the 3 lines in terms of words and peaks. You'll see, like, okay, what happened on March 25th that made it go up so high, right? Or what made it drop off? And oh, look at that. Vegetarian's just kind of steady Eddie, where these are definitely more trendy, right? It also shows you where they're trending. So geographically high over here in the Midwest. We know that in the are most of you in the Midwest? Some of you are from out west. Everywhere kind of all over the place. It's kind of still, it's an appropriate statement no matter where you're from. Trends start on our coasts in the United States, right? East Coast and West Coast, and then make your way in. That's just how it goes. So if you're on the West Coast, maybe you want to watch people on the East Coast. See what's trending over there that's not on the West, right? Or if you're here in the Midwest, you want to be watching both coasts, right? See what's going on. Because if you can be the first one that has something that's, breaking big on one of those coastlines, it's going to help bump you up a little bit, right? It's a good move. Things to pay attention to. Trends are important, especially when they're based off of data. All right, social media marketing. I teach half-day classes on this. I put it all in one slide for you. You're welcome. How many of you have social media for your business?
Kind of.
A good chunk. Okay, what does kind of mean?
I don't have enough people to manage. I have a Twitter account, I got a Facebook account, but Facebook like once every 3 to 6 months if I'm lucky to post. I know I attended I remember Facebook is 3 to 5 times a week, roughly.
Yep.
My big thing is YouTube, and I'm even neglecting on that right now. I haven't had a new video in a year, and I used to do it probably
On the regular.
a couple a month, and that's shot me up huge, and now I'm kind of coasting, but that's just because I'm overloaded. But that's why I'm here.
You got to prioritize, right?
Yeah.
You've got to prioritize. So when it comes to social media stuff, I have a few rules of thumb that I say. Don't be on so many social media channels that you can't manage them all. Get really good at one or two, and then add number 3. And then when you've got that one mastered, add number 4, right? So don't get all crazy with this. There's a couple that are out there that are really dying off too. I'm not going to name names, but you should read some articles. One of the ones that you mentioned from small business use and attraction is nosediving right now. The one that you have to, it may or may not have a little bird symbol in it. Okay. Right. I try and give you the information without stuff that I'm not allowed to say. Go like I'm a realist, right? This is my real world stuff.
Instagram's booming.
Instagram is booming.
It's what, man?
Booming. Pardon?
Oh, sorry.
Instagram. Yeah.
Well, it links to your Facebook anyway.
Okay, so I'm going to caution you on that. So there's a lot of great products that are out there. If you're managing multiple social media channels, that you can go to one site and it'll post to all your different channels for you, right? Products are great, but keep in mind when you're doing things like that, that if I'm following you in one social media site and on the next one and on the next one, I don't want the same content from you in all 3 locations. I'm on this one to get this kind of stuff, and I'm on this one because I want to see pictures, and I'm on this one because I want to watch videos. And I want the same thing across our sites. I want different stuff. It doesn't mean that you can't recycle it. Stuff you put in your email newsletter last month, you can pull back up and put on your YouTube channel, right? Absolutely recycle as much as you can. Make it as easy on yourself as possible. But I want to see different stuff from you. So social media content, generally across the board, with the exception of LinkedIn, I would say, which is the professional one and really should stay there. Follow the 50-30-20 rule. I've been saying this for years. You guys probably heard it if you've been in my classes before. 50% of what you post should be funny and entertaining or motivational and inspirational. Should not have anything to do with your business whatsoever. Funny and entertaining. Why do you think I say that?
Because it engages people.
Right, it engages people. But why do people go to social media to begin with? Why do you go on social media? Pass the time, right? It's like the guy in the zombie video, like he pulls the ticket, he's got to sit there in the DMV for how long, right? Yeah, pass the time. Your customers are doing the same thing. So entertain them. Give them funny stuff to look at. Motivational, inspirational falls in that. 30% of what you post should be related to your business, but not about you. All kinds of things you can touch there, right, in the auto industry. Things that are related to you, but not about you. And 20% of what you post should be about your business. The sale you're having, the promo that you're running, the cool new product you got in, right? So 50, 30, 20. The other thing that I say in social media is that, again, you heard me say this earlier, I'm going to say it again because it's important. Talk and think like your customers, right? Put stuff on that they want to see. But the other side of that too, this social media is a perfect opportunity for that know, like, and trust part. Let them see your personality. Let them in with you. Make those good decisions in there. When you're doing social media though, don't post like you're so stuffy and use words that I don't understand. Use normal people speak, not your industry speak, right? Post like you would after a glass of wine.
Oh, that's strong.
No, not a bottle.
No.
Okay, Jim. No, for my husband. No, my husband can't spell for diddly doo doo. And then after a drink or two, which is the only time he goes to social media,
Talk to text.
it's so bad. It's so bad. I love my husband, and I'm sure he loves me, but boy. And I know there are definitely things like me telling stories about him all the time he doesn't like, but it's okay. I'm gonna go with it. No, a glass of wine, right? Maybe you're not quite sitting up as straight. You're talking a little bit looser than maybe you would if you were, 9 o'clock on a Monday morning, kind of a thing. A little bit more relaxed. That's how your consumers want to be there. Email marketing. Okay, I've worked for an email marketing company for years. I could talk for days about this, but here's some basic stuff with email marketing. How many of you do email marketing with a marketing service? With a MailChimp, a Constant Contact, a Mayama, a Vertical Response, right? Like pick one. There's a million out there. Okay. So how many of you actually do marketing? Raise your hand again. Email marketing. Do none of the rest of you have email addresses? Who in the room has an email address? Okay, now I've got 5, right? Now you're going my way. How many of you want a toothbrush? No, I'm being serious. Raise your hand if you want a toothbrush. Because there are people in the room that are not participating, and I want you to I'm talking about it in this extent is using a service. It's using a constant contact, or a mass email. You're going to put together a newsletter type thing and send it out to everybody at once, right, through their software. That does not mean that you're not marketing every time you send an email draft, or an email, not an email draft. Every time you send an email, you're doing marketing for your business. So bear that in mind too. You have lots of valuable space in your signature bar that you can put good information in, right? What about your actual email address? Is it at Gmail, which is what mine is because I work for Google and they want to promote the product, right? Great. But my other one is not. It's my actual business name, Erin Adla, right? For a very small investment, approximately $20 a year, you can get your own custom URL at the end. Please do it. It makes you so much more professional for a very small amount of money. Please do it.
With the email signature that you mentioned, I don't know if this is an Apple to Windows thing, because I'm not computer literate, but I recently changed over to Mac, and now when I send the email, an email out with the PRI logo, or I also do SHOT Show, to advertise that we're doing it, a lot of people, they're coming in as attachments, and they can't open it, it doesn't display. Is that a Mac?
If you're doing videos and pictures and things like that, and like logos,
It's just,
but logos are going to come up like a photo because of the JPEG or one of those, like a GIF or one of those. Yeah, that's kind of a common thing right now for those to be blocked. Use words.
Okay.
Use words.
All right.
Also, the company that hosts my website, I can actually get it through them free. You know?
Use it.
And, oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because I can get up to, I think, like 99 of them now. If I
And
want,
you're not.
and I use a bunch of them.
So here's the other thing on your email, when you're sending your email out. Because again, we're trying to know, like, and trust our consumers and get them to do the same with us too. Don't have your email be sales@abctire.com. Let it be Joe or Sam or Mike, right? Whatever name we need to insert here. And it doesn't have to, I'm going to give you a little insider tip. Especially for the one that you're sending like your newsletter out to or from. It doesn't have to be an actual person. It could be Joe, it could be a boy or a girl, and then if someone calls you out and goes, you had anybody work for you named Joe, and you go, oh, that was our intern. We forgot to update that. Switch it. Then you go to Sam, right? Sam can be either way too. Give it an actual name on it though. I don't want to send an email to info@. I really don't. I'm not going to friend you on social media if you're an egghead, right? Or you have like the gray with the question mark, you know what I mean? They haven't uploaded a picture for me to actually see who you are. No. You don't have time to upload your picture, I don't have time to be friends with you. Sorry. All right, clear subject lines when you're sending out emails. Again, now I'm going back to my mass email marketing stuff, right? Clear subject lines. When you're sending an email, 2 to 5 words at max, because we are scanners, we don't read. The best open rates right now have 20 lines of text or less. I said that earlier, I'm going to say it again. 20 lines of text or less. If you hit print on your email newsletter, it takes 8 pages to get that baby out. It's too long, right? Try and keep it under 3 videos too, or 3 photos. You can put a video in it. Pro tip, if you're going to put a video in your email, and if you're not doing that, do it because it's got great open rates and response rates and watching it. It's really, really awesome. But you have to tell them there's a video in the subject line, otherwise they're probably just going to delete you and never watch the video. Because they're playing that game in the morning of how many emails can I get rid of. No, I don't need that. That's my, nope, not my, whoa, that's my boss. Ready? Gotta watch that one. But you need to tell them that there's a video in it if you're putting a video in your email. Make sure that you're personalizing it. No reason, absolutely not, if you're going to have email marketing. Hey, Erin, here's this month's sale. They personalize it for you. You upload your list. All the information's right there. There's no excuse not to use it. And please, 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 for the love of the heavens, correct spelling and grammar. I cannot tell you enough. There's too many services that are out there that you can use to make sure that you have correct spelling and grammar. Make sure you have somebody else look over the email before you send it. They're going to read things differently than you intended it to be read. They're going to see something that you didn't see. They're going to look at that picture and go, that doesn't really match that article over there. It gives you an outside influence to look at and help make better decisions when you're doing it. Maybe you have an address wrong. For those in the nonprofit world, that was always, you always forgot a spot. At the end of the day, I forgot sponsors just like sweated bullets and prayed to God nobody saw it. And they always did. They always caught it. It's like, no, bad. So here's the other thing. Schedule your emails ahead of time. You can sit down and schedule them out. Then you have time to go back and fix them. If you forgot something or you think you missed something, go back. You have time to do that. Any other questions on email marketing? Okay, I'm going to keep going. You need to not forget mobile. It has to be in the forefront of everything you do in a digital sphere. You need to focus on your navigation and your homepage. Start there. Make it easy to search the site. Have that little site search, this little magnifying glass that lets me go there because you have 67 pages of content. I know I've been to your site before and I want that one product again, but it's buried on page 52. Don't make me go through 8 million drop downs to get over there. Just let me type it in and buy it from you, right? Take my money and run. Make it easy. Make it easy to complete tasks. Again, how many drop down slide outs, pull outs, pop-ups? The pop-ups, man, I don't know how you guys feel about those pop-ups. Who loves those pop-ups? I don't mind them, and especially travel sites have a ton of them, right? And I do a lot of traveling, so I those all the time. But the ones that pop up, like I type in abc.com, right, the website, and there's 2 pop-ups that come up immediately. I didn't even get to see the whole page before the pop-ups came. Don't do that. Let me see your content. Let me see it. But filling out forms too, make sure you're using autofill, because most of us are filling out forms on this thing with our thumbs that are kind of big, fat, clumsy, right? So take that into mind. If you can have an autofill option, please do it. When you're filling out forms, have you guys ever felt like it would be easier to donate blood than answer all the questions on a form that you need to fill out? Especially in a checkout situation, you're trying to buy something and they're like, you know, complete your guest profile. No. Just let me check out as a guest, please. Again, take my money and run. Allow a checkout as a guest if you're doing an e-commerce site. You also want to give them the opportunity to become a loyal customer and join your loyalty club and all those things, right? Give them the option to do it. But also give me the option, because I'm in a hurry to buy this. Just take my money, right? It's not worth getting my email address if you're going to lose my cash. Take my cash. So make it easy to fill out forms. Only ask those you actually have to ask. If you've got like contact forms on there, you don't need 12 things. You need a name, a phone number, and probably an email address, right? And then if you're doing your job right, when you do the follow-up, you'll ask the other 10 questions that you really want to know. That's what you want to do. And then optimize for usability. Again, don't make me pinch and drag and move and blah. We call it above the screen. It's whatever shows up on your screen without us having to use cursors or buttons, move up and down. Right? Important stuff at the top. Here's the web speed information. Testmysite.thinkwithgoogle.com. Again, that's testmysite.thinkwithgoogle.com. It will test your mobile load speed for you. It will also give you a score. It'll give it to you in green, yellow, or red. Google likes green, yellow, or red on a lot of different things that we do. You'll see green, yellow, and red. Green means good, yellow means you can make it a little bit better, and red means stop what you're doing and fix me now. Right? Okay? Gonna give you a thing. It's going to give you estimated visitor loss for every, 4 seconds of mobile load time. Your sales drop off like 24%. For every second of load time counts big when it comes to actual sales from a site. It will also tell you things that need to be fixed on it. So like, hey, you're pretty slow because your videos are too long, or your photos are not sized appropriately, those kinds of things. So it'll help you with all those things and make you better. And we're going to get ready to close out here by talking about online advertising. So kind of back to our little search page that we started with, right? This is the Google My Business listing over here on the right. You guys all now will recognize. These are ads that are right here. This is also an ad. Those are designated by the little word to the left that says ad. If you're ever in question, if it has that green box, it's an ad. Somebody's paying to be there, right? These are the organic listings. That's what that SEO is going to help you do, is get pushed up to the top. Ads can also show up after someone's done a search. They show up in different places. Anyone had that happen? You search for something, and then the next day you go, oh, there it is again. Right? Marketing magic! You too can be in that place and get found. You can get found on desktop sites, in mobile apps, on mobile sites. You can have people show up, ads show up on other people's websites. You can advertise in an app, you can advertise online, there's everything you can do. You can do click, you guys have heard click to call or click to buy, right? Pay per click, that kind of stuff. That's where your ads come in. So this is actually called search engine marketing. So search engine optimization is the SEO. That's how you're getting found organically. SEM is the paid version. This is ads. To be successful in Google Ads, I have 2 slides on this. And again, when you're ready to go down this path, here are some pro tips for you. Don't start with a teeny little pot of money and try one thing, because you're not going to be successful. It's just not going to work. Every Google ad account comes with an account manager that will call you. Answer the phone. It's a real person when that actually happens, by the way. Because I know you guys have probably got phone calls that are actually Google. But use your account manager. They do this day in and day out. They will answer questions. They will help guide you and put you on the right path. They know what they're doing. Use them. When you are starting on Google Ads, do a couple of things. Make sure you define your goal in advance. What do you want to happen? Are you trying to get sales? Maybe you're trying to get sign-ups for something like your email newsletter, perhaps, right? Or a visit to your store. Maybe you're promoting a new product you've got come in. Maybe you're trying to get volunteers for something. Maybe you're trying to hire staff, right? Whatever your goal is, define it very clearly. Within that campaign, you're going to design 4 actual ads that are going to work for the same goal, right? I'm trying to hire someone. We're going to go with that one today. Create 3 to 4 different ads for the same thing. Because what I might find attractive, you don't, right? Or you might not respond to either one that we like. And then what's going to happen is over time, you're going to play those 4 ads like 25% to get to the 100%, right? You can get to 25% weight. Over time, Google automatically starts playing the ones that have the better response rate more for you. They play the other ones less. So you can figure out what is appealing and what's not. Now your next go around on the ads, you're going to pay attention to what was so different from the ones that nobody was responding to the ones that were getting response. Design them more like the ones that were getting response. The other thing is, and this is going to sound a little backwards, but having done this for a lot of years, and especially in Google Ads and working with small businesses on this, is spend way more money up front than you would think that you're going to. Have a bigger amount of money set aside and try a whole bunch of different things all at once. Try click to call, try click to buy, try pay per click, try visual, try display, try search, try all those different advertising models. But you have to commit to watching the data, right? You're going to get a ton of data from Google Ads, tons, and it is awesome. I love it. So I also get a little excited over it, but I mean, you're going to get a lot of it. It's going to help you make better decisions. So you have to pay attention. You're going to put in this big pot of money. You don't want it to go to waste. You want to use it wisely. Put in this big pot, pay attention. Okay, what you're doing isn't working. Check, turn it off. What you're doing is working. Ooh, I'm gonna leave that one alone. What you're doing isn't working. Check. Right? You start paying attention and you just start going in and turning stuff off. So you're saving money. But what you do by spending more money and trying a lot of things at once is really find out very quickly what works and what doesn't for your business. And then when you're going to continue it, now you already have a narrow focus. You can spend money appropriately without wasting it over time. So it kind of sounds a little bit backwards because you're spending more up front, but it saves you a lot of money in the long run. See that over and over and over. And again, track your performance and improve. You guys all know that. And then analytics. If you haven't heard me say the importance of data today and making marketing decisions, here's your last slide for it. Marketingplatform.google.com. You can embed Google Analytics code into any website that you have. I would put it on every page. Make sure that you put it in your Google Ads. Google Ads and Google Analytics go hand in hand. They're all connected and together. Some of the information to pay. Let me say this. It's, again, free. You don't have to pay for anything in this one. But this can be the black hole of information. There is so much in Google Analytics. Don't go in there looking for one thing and 10 hours later come out the other end not remembering what it was. Because that'll happen. Kind of like when you go online to check the weather, an hour later you're like, dang, I still don't know if it's snowing. Happens. Life, because that's what happens. Good marketing, right? They kept you online and going down those rabbit holes. They're doing a good job. But in analytics, some of the things to pay attention to are where are people coming from when they come to your site? Are they ditching a competitor and coming to you? Hey, that'd be great, right? But maybe they're coming from a different resource. Maybe they're coming from a trade association that you belong with. Right? That's one that we're at. That's a good thing. Also pay attention Are they going to a competitor? Because that's not good then. That means that they were looking for something with you and they didn't find it and they're going over here to look instead, right? How many things they read, how many pages they stayed on, where did they bounce around on your site, how long were they there? Demographic information that you will never ever need. I mean, there's so much information in there. Really use it to make better marketing decisions. It's all there, it's all free. You just have to use it. So to give you some next steps and to close out today, you're going to reach your customers with Google My Business. Everyone's going to go out and claim their business, get it verified, and get operating and running. You're going to try it, maybe some, maybe all of those pieces that we talked about, kind of in everything else, email marketing, SEO, organizing your website, getting that all set up and ready to run. And then if you're ready, dive into Google Ads to reach out partner. Thanks, guys. We made it all the way through today.